Well, hello everyone. Welcome to Smells Like. I'm Josh. So good to see you. This is Fragrances of the Week. This week I decided to reach for some fragrances that I haven't reached for that much lately for whatever reason. I keep track of the fragrance that I wear each day. I record it and I kind of keep track of what I've been wearing a lot and stuff like that. And looking back, this week I wanted to pick some of the fragrances that haven't been getting any love from me lately. And all of them definitely are worth wearing. So happy to share some with you that I don't think for some of these I've ever even talked about in Fragrances of the Week. Starting with Sampling Sunday. For Sampling Sunday this week, I went with a fragrance from Creed. This is Creed's Original Santal. Now, I had only ever even smelled Original Santal just a couple of times, times that I was in the store, Saks Fifth Avenue, stuff like that, and smelled it. I've had this sample laying around for like 2 years, and didn't give Original Santal much attention simply because Mont Blanc Individuel has been touted as smelling exactly the same, and it's $20 for a bottle, and I had a bottle, but ended up selling it a few months ago because I never wore it. I never reached for it. I didn't really like it. There was something muddy about Individual. I couldn't get past. But I decided to give Original Santal a try, and I was very pleasantly surprised. To me, this is way better than the Mont Blanc Individual. Yes, they do smell quite similar, but there's a quality here, and just a smoothness. There's a refinement to the blend here that I really like. It. There's a briskness here. Their sandalwood note is much more pronounced. You get this really nice woody sandalwood and some vanilla. Quite a lot of ingredients in this to where it kind of creates its own kind of thing. It also has that kind of fresh Creed DNA, which I like. I like the Creed style, I really do. Tab Aroma is another one I recently smelled again that I think is worth some attention. So I'm going to give Original Santal more attention. Definitely enjoyed wearing that this week on Sunday. On Monday, one of the fragrance from L'Artisan Parfumeur. This is Timbuktu. Timbuktu is all about this kind of wet vetiver. It also has some dry properties. It kind of is in the middle between like a really green, bright, like wet vetiver and like a super dry, dark type of vetiver. It's kind of in the middle. It has a little bit of aspects of the green vetiver, a little bit of aspects of the earthy, darker vetiver. It really kind of lands in the middle. There's incense that is really nice. I think myrrh, some other resins, as well as a really nice mango note that really sets this apart from other, vetiver-based fragrances. This is so unique. This almost is like an artistic masterpiece type of fragrance. Really enjoy wearing this, especially in springtime. But we've had some kind of milder weather here, even though it's still technically winter. Had a little bit milder weather. I thought perfect time to wear this fragrance that I hadn't touched. It had been months since I had worn Timbuktu. If you like vetiver, if you like incense, this one is worth trying. It can be found online at amazing prices for what this is. This is a niche fragrance, borderline masterpiece for me. This is a really amazing fragrance, worth your attention. Timbuktu from L'Artisan. That was on Monday. Tuesday, I went with Kiehl's Original Musk. If you've never tried Kiehl's Original Musk, it really is just that. It's a musk fragrance, a classic musk fragrance. There's quite a bit of other stuff in here besides the musk, but that really is what you get. It's a little bit soapy. It's kind of a clean musk, but then there's also a little bit of that dirty, kind of sensual animalic musk flavor to it as well. So this is a fragrance that really takes on aspects of your own skin chemistry. And depending on the dosing, this can be worn in warm weather and cold weather. Lighter dose in warm weather, it can really work well. Just a little bit of it in warm weather can really jump off the skin nicely. And then in colder weather, of course, you up the dosing a little bit and you can really get a nice kind of sexy, musky type of fragrance that really works with your own skin chemistry. I love this stuff. I also really love the shower gel and the lotion that are from this line from Kiehl's. Again, super affordable, inexpensive fragrance that is really high quality. That's Kiehl's Original Musk on Tuesday. On Wednesday, one of the fragrances from the Dunhill Icon series. This is Icon Absolute. This fragrance is all about oud and leather. To me, almost like a cross between Tom Ford's Oud Wood and Tom Ford's Tuscan Leather, because it really has kind of that Western oud, that kind of spiced woods thing, synthetic oud, but done really nicely. It's got the saffron, it's got the rose you get in a lot of that style, those oud style fragrances. But the magic in this is that it has that really nice kind of oud accord going on with that saffron, with that rose, and then this leather accord comes in the heart of the fragrance. It almost comes out of nowhere, and it's a similar leather accord to the leather in Tuscan Leather or ombre leather. And so that's why I say it's like a cross between oud wood and Tuscan Leather. Kind of the best of both worlds in terms of those types of fragrances. And again, a stunner for the price that this can be had. Dunhill Icon series, they all are super solid fragrances, and that can be had at a really affordable prices. So that's Dunhill Icon Absolute on Wednesday. Really recommend this one. This one really, for me, a hidden gem cheapie for me that really has some great quality for the cold weather, the winter months. Really been enjoying that one. Let's see, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. On Thursday, I went with a fragrance from Prada. This is Prada Amber Pour Homme. As the name states, it is based around this sort of amber accord. There's labdanum resin in this, which gives it that ambery feel to it. There's also some patchouli in there. There's a really big dose of saffron. I really get a lot of saffron in this fragrance. Some of the ingredients are actually listed on the front. Like I said, okay, labdanum, patchouli, cardamom, saffron. Those are the things they list. There's quite a bit of other stuff going on in here. This really has that soapy, clean Prada thing, but it has the resins in it that give it some legs. There really are some resinous and some depth to this fragrance, underneath that really clean, refined, soapy Prada DNA that Prada fragrances are all kind of known for at this point. I think this is a really superior option to Prada L'Homme. Prada L'Homme is fine. Prada L'Homme is nice, but I really think that Prada Amber is kind of a better way of wearing that style of fragrance. I really like to wear this like from wearing a suit or like in work kind of professional type environments, because it really is super classy, super refined, but also kind of understated, which a lot of the Prada fragrances are. But this and Prada Infusion Dome are kind of my favorites from the Prada line. My favorites of that Prada soapy style. So then on Friday, I went with a fragrance that I had been passing up because it gets compared a lot to a fragrance that I've been wearing a lot, which is Chanel Sycamore. This is Lalique Encre Noir, and Encre Noir gets compared with Sycamore a lot. If you've been watching my videos, I've been obsessed with Sycamore since I got a bottle a couple of months ago. And so I had been passing this up because I thought, don't want to wear the same style of fragrance too often. I've just been going with Sycamore. But really, they're not that similar. I'm going to do a full review on Sycamore. I'll post it later this week. Full review on Sycamore, and I'll talk about that comparison. Because if you go on Fragrantica, there are a lot of votes for Encre Noir and even the Encre Noir Extreme being similar to Chanel Sycamore. They're in the same family for sure. They're based around this vetiver. That it is some kind of a dark, earthy vetiver. But Encre Noir is like no other fragrance. It is vetiver and woods, but it's inky, almost plasticky kind of a vibe to it. It is so strange, but in the best way. This is going to be a love or hate fragrance. You're either going to love how weird and just dark this fragrance is, or you're not going to like it at all. I love it. I absolutely love this fragrance, but I don't think it's that much like Chanel Sycamore. But stay tuned to my video on Sycamore, and I'll talk a little bit more about that. But again, another fragrance, borderline kind of masterpiece fragrance for the price that this can be had online. It's kind of amazing. This really is a masterclass in synthetics. I think this is, you know, Isoe Super and Vetiver just done in a way that created. You don't get any notes to this fragrance. It creates its own new thing, which is really the alchemy that perfumery is all about. A little bit of that magic, creating something altogether new in Encre Noir. Really love that one from Lalique. Rounding things out then today, Saturday, I went with Guerlain's Ideal or L'Homme Ideal Eau de Parfum. So the Eau de Parfum version from the L'Homme Ideal line. This is all about cherries, almond, vanilla, and tonka. There's some leather, there's some wood, there's some rose. I think sandalwood is there definitely is kind of a smooth sandalwood in here. A little bit of like a dusting, like a rose dusting. So it doesn't quite have a powdered rose, but like a dusting of rose over the top of this leather and that tonka bean, which is so very vanillic. It's very warm. It really works in the cold weather. But again, there's something sheer and elegant about this fragrance that really makes it easy to wear. Super unique for a fragrance from this category, from the tonka bean, vanillic, kind of oriental style, designer men's fragrance. This is super unique considering that category. Its counterparts from a similar price range or from a similar style. This is so much better in terms of quality, uniqueness, wearability. I really love this fragrance. I really like this line. This is a super solid line from Guerlain. I love the cologne, more of a citrus version of this fragrance. The cologne I wear all the time in the summer. I love the Eau de Toilette, and then the Eau de Parfum here has really been a great fragrance to wear in the colder weather that I had been neglecting for whatever reason, partially because I'm kind of saving what's left of the bottle here. I don't want to use it all up. Although you can find these at a really affordable price online at this point. So again, that rounds out the week, which really all of these this week, I didn't plan this, but these are all super affordable for what they are. You know, Kiehl's Original Musk for this, you know, almost like a reference musk fragrance. You know, these are all kind of borderline masterclass versions of what they are. You know, Timbuktu, this really interesting, the type of fragrance that really takes you somewhere, really kind of takes you on a journey. You know, as you're wearing it, almost has, you know, it has a kind of a foreign feel to it. There's really a lot of magic in some of these fragrances. Kiehl's, Prada, such elegance in there, Lalique, really kind of a lot of magic from some fragrances that can be had for $30, $40 online. So feeling good about the lineup this week. Let me know if you have any favorites from my picks, the fragrances that I wore on this episode of Fragrances of the Week, and I'd love to know any of your favorites that you wore this week. Let me know down in the comments, please. Love to hear from you. And if you'd like to do this again sometime, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'll see you right here at Smells Like Fragrance channel for another video next time. Thanks so much for watching.